give it up for JT.
Living in pretty wild times, I think everyone can agree on that, right? You got billionaires going into space just because they can. I mean, they're NASA's biggest challengers since, you're... we got another Kennedy running for president because that family can't take a fucking hint. California got one, Texas got one. It seems like Florida is overdue for one. Maybe you'll just take a slow turn around Cinderella's castle. I think Goofy's in the 6th floor window with a sniper rifle ready to go. Gorsh. But, the country is really divided right now. Everyone's just kind of backed into their own corner, ready to come out swinging, I think like this, and fuck you if you don't, that kind of thing, right? And I grew up in the 90s when there was a lot of rivalries within the music industry. So I figured my generation just learned to pick sides from that and just carried it on with everything, right? You had like Nirvana versus Pearl Jam, Biggie versus Tupac. That was a no-win situation. And a real rap beef, Drake. Britney fans versus Christina fans. Some people liked NSYNC. Some people were just fucking wrong. But I think if we're going to heal the division in this country and unite as one, we're going to have to talk about January 6th, right? January 6th is the day that, the middle ground just eroded away to nothing, right? Pick a side. You're either with us or against us. Good versus evil. January 6th is the day that happened, right? January 6th, right? January the 6th. The 6th of January. January 6th, 1975, because that's the day that Wheel of Fortune debuted on network television to challenge Jeopardy for the American game show crown. That's how I see the world. Look, you're either a Jeopardy person or a Wheel of Fortune person. I probably made some car rides home a little awkward. That's on me. I can live with that, right? Just think about it. Which group of people do you think knows the periodic table of elements, and which group drinks a lot of Mountain Dew? Which group do you think knows all the state capitals, and which group puts ketchup on everything and has a favorite vape flavor? The favorite vape flavor might be ketchup. Science is wild. One more. Which group do you think knows all the World Series winners, and which group do you think thinks Y can never be a vowel because letters ain't gender fluid? Look, man, you got 5 vowels, E, I, and O, and that's it. End of story. Like Jeopardy's all the time sending people to Alaska or like the Galapagos or, I don't know, I hate those categories. But like Wheel of Fortune just puts up a backdrop that says, howdy, y'all, it's Texas week, but they're still filming the show in Burbank because those dum-dums don't know the difference, right? Like, I'm obviously a Jeopardy person, right? Like, abundantly so, right? But I think I liked watching Wheel of Fortune more for that sense of hopelessness and existential dread that Pat Sajak had when they would come back from commercial break. Like, we're back and still doing whatever this shit is. She doesn't even have to turn the letters over anymore, right? Here's the best thing I ever saw on that program, right? First contestant spins the wheel. T. No T's. Second person spins the wheel. T. Even louder. Still no T's. Third person spins the wheel. Why? And Sajak said, I ask myself that every single day. I thought he was going to kill himself on national TV, right? That's the greatest thing I've ever seen, and I have seen the Dave Matthews Band twice, all right? Like, I thought he was going to rip one of the pegs off the wheel and stick it straight in his temple. That dude fought in Vietnam, right? That dude, I bet he regrets winning that Russian roulette tournament that got him on the last chopper out of Saigon, too. It just feels like you actually have to know things to be on Jeopardy and be good at Jeopardy, right? Like, you barely need to know the alphabet to be good at Wheel of Fortune, right? Remember Wordle when that was stealing everybody's data? You had to go into that. You had to go into that one cold, right? With just like an open guess, right? If you get to the finals of Wheel of Fortune, they give you R.L. Stein to go on. Though I will say this, right? You don't have to be that smart to host Jeopardy, because this is true. One of Alex Trebek's doctors was failed Senate candidate and shit enthusiast Dr. Oz. Yeah, gonna take karma for 2,000 on that one, Alex. Make it a true daily double. It's crazy that we're so divided. I think more certainly unites us than divides us, right? You know? I think we all share one common enemy, and that's autocorrect. Whole lot of ducking going on. Way too much ducking going on for Chris Brown to be single and R. Kelly to be in jail. Whole lot of ducking, right? Here's my favorite autocorrect story, right? My mom sent me a text. She was asking me some question. Don't remember what it was. I was going to respond in the affirmative with the 3-letter word, yup. And I got to the Y, U, and autocorrect's top suggestion was Yugoslavia. All right, now my Jeopardy people will be quick to assert Yugoslavia, not a country since 1992. How often is that getting typed in that autocorrect assumed it was what I was going to type to my mother, right? So that became a thing between me and my mom. Anytime she would ask me a question, I would respond with Yugoslavia. You coming home this weekend? Yugoslavia. Did you see the game? Yugoslavia. Which country was founded in the aftermath of World War I to unite the people of Serbia, Croatia, and Slovenia? Yugoslavia, right? Got to keep the facts straight, right? Now, look, I've seen things like Homeland and The Wire, and since I carry one of these next to my dangly bits all day, I know that the government is spying on everything that I do, right? So that means in the depths of some dank, smoky government building, there's a guy surrounded by chalkboards connected with red yarn trying to figure out why this mother-son duo from Greensboro, North Carolina is trying to reunify the Balkans under the red flag of communism. Right? That's crazy, man. He'd be just like poring over text after text after text, trying to figure out why we talk about the strength of Manchester City's midfield attack and how cool Brandy Carlisle is. He's probably thinking we're going to attack out of the northwest of England with an army of lesbian rock stars. What does it all mean? Right? I think we're too quick to jump to conclusions, right? We like to paint with broad strokes, you know? But I don't think anything's all good or all bad. I think we live in a shade of gray and kind of fluctuate between the extremes, right? Like take, for instance, cancer, right? Horrible. It's probably affected everyone in this room somehow. But it made Lance Armstrong more comfortable on his bike. Probably a little bit more aerodynamic in the bedroom, too. One more. Dementia. Horrible. Takes people from us way before they need to, right? But it turned Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher into bumbling idiots before they died. They were so good at deregulation, they did it to themselves. All right, that's enough.